Imagine you are dying of thirst. A thirst so profound it burns your throat and clouds your mind. Now imagine you can see the water, a vast, shimmering lake just a few miles away. But between you and that water stands an army.
This isn't just a battle. This is the story of a trap, a masterpiece of military genius that used the deadliest weapon of all, the sun.
This is the story of how Saladin annihilated an entire Crusader army at the Battle of Hattin.
The year is 1187. A fragile truce between the Crusader Kingdom of Jerusalem and the great Sultan Saladin is shattered. The culprit? The reckless and arrogant Reynald de Chatillon, who attacked a peaceful caravan. Saladin needed to respond. But he didn't march on the heavily fortified city of Jerusalem. No, that would be too predictable. A king thinks differently. He laid a trap. His target was the city of Tiberias, right on the edge of the Sea of Galilee. Why Tiberias? Because it was the personal holding of a Crusader lord whose wife was now trapped inside. It wasn't a strategic target. It was personal. It was bait. The Crusader king, Guy de Lusignan, took the bait. His council met. One lord, Raymond of Tripoli, who knew the land, begged the king not to go. To march from here to Tiberias, he warned, is to march through a waterless hell. Saladin wants us to do this. But pride is a powerful poison. Persuaded by the warmonger Reynald, King Guy gave the order. The largest Crusader army ever assembled would march. They were marching right into Saladin's hands. The march began. 20,000 men, encased in metal, under the merciless July sun. Saladin didn't engage them, he just watched. His light cavalry danced around the Crusader column like ghosts, firing arrows, harassing them, slowing them down. Never a full battle, just a constant, draining torment. The real enemy was the heat and the thirst. The Crusaders had gambled on reaching water by the end of the day, a gamble they were about to lose. By late afternoon, the Crusader army was broken, not by swords, but by dehydration. They were exhausted, demoralized, and desperately thirsty. They finally reached a hill, a barren two-peaked hill known as the Horns of Hattin. From there, they could see it, the shimmering blue water of the Sea of Galilee. But Saladin was there first. His army stood between the Crusaders and their salvation. The trap was now sprung. There was no escape. That night was hell. The next morning, it got worse. Saladin's forces tightened the circle, and then they set fire to the dry grass. Now, to the heat and the thirst were added smoke and fire. The Crusaders were being choked, burned, and psychologically destroyed before the final battle even began. King Guy ordered a final desperate charge. His knights, once the pride of Christendom, were not fighting for victory, or for God, or for their kingdom. They were fighting for a single drop of water. It was a slaughter. The Crusader army, the greatest military force in the Holy Land, ceased to exist. King Guy was captured. The holy relic they carried, the true cross, was taken.
It was a total and absolute victory for Saladin.
The Battle of Hattin wasn't just a battle, it was a checkmate. It was a victory not of numbers, but of patience, discipline, and a profound understanding of the land. Saladin defeated his enemy's greatest strength, their heavy cavalry, by turning their own armor into a prison and the landscape into a weapon. With its army gone, the kingdom of Jerusalem was defenseless. The road to the holy city was now open.